If you haven't already watched my first hog hunting video, I strongly suggest you watch that video first, as it will help to better explain what we're doing in this video. In addition to being educational and super interesting, it's just an all-round exciting video that's very worth watching. Several months ago, my good friend Chuck told me about his flint knapping hobby, and how it was on his bucket list to one day hunt a large animal using one of his primitive flint tools. Chuck has been a great friend to me and is always quick to help me whenever he can. Along with my other great friends David and Justin, Chuck is often behind the camera when we're out hunting. Because of that, you're probably more familiar with Chuck's little Jack Russell Terrier named Buttercup, who's always a crowd-pleasing favorite when we're out ratting. Chuck also has Lily, the yellow greyhound who didn't turn out as a hunting dog for me, so Chuck now keeps her as a family pet. So when I heard of his goal to hunt with one of his primitive flint tools, I started making some calls to find a way to make it happen. I contacted some friends from down south, and they arranged to help Chuck fulfill his goal. This was one of the reasons we were down in Texas for some of our ratting videos and for my hog hunting video that I posted earlier. This video is about Chuck fulfilling his dream to finally use one of his primitive flint tools in a real-life hunting situation. Just like with my hog hunting video I posted earlier, we will be hog hunting with dogs, bred and trained specifically for the job. So half black mouth, half Florida cur. What are the differences between the lines? I mean, obviously it depends on the dog, but
they look about the same other than the color. Mm-hmm. Their mother is actually brindle.
Oh wow!
And she was such a good dog that we better to black mouth cur.
So the Floridas can be colors then, huh?
Yeah, a lot of them are brindle.
Do they have any different tendencies or
no
strengths? Just not a cur.
Them Florida curs are pretty greedy.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty rough.
Pretty rough. Nice, cool nights.
I prefer the silent dogs. Like I said, you have shorter races.
Yeah.
And just how it is.
Yeah. So hoping tonight we can get another pig. Hopefully Mr. Chuck can stick his first pig. You excited, Chuck?
Yeah. It was a lot of fun last night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Alright, so we are watching these dogs. We're waiting for them to start showing indications that they smell a pig. If they smell a pig, and they feel it's an appropriate place and timing, then we release them and they go find it. That's the idea. So these guys know their dogs, and they know when they're showing signs of seeing stuff. Or smelling stuff, excuse me.
Mark like that when he smells one? Or he don't know yet?
I don't know yet on him. He don't trash.
Well, like that yellow dog of mine, he won't let you know. You start watching. There's usually a good board on the stretch for these.
Oh, we are going swimming.
Yeah, they smell.
They smell some pigs. Yeah, listen.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm gonna get out of this water.
So
We're gonna get track out. Yeah, let him watch them dogs take off. Try to hurry with him.
Okay. So we're getting the dogs out because we see something. We see they're indicating that they smell something. So we're gonna let the dogs go. They go find the pigs. There they go. They smelled something, so now it's up to them to go find it. We got little GPS units on the dogs, so we know what they're doing, and we can watch them.
They're almost 400 yards already.
So this little unit here tells them where the dogs are, how far they're out, what direction they're heading.
And if they're barking.
Oh, it tells you that too. That's
yep.
Cool. Does it hear the volume, or is it just the way they head to
It's
it?
got sensors on the collar. And this little white box, a square, it'll show them barking.
That's cool. Those newer ones, I've got old stuff, so I don't have that technology.
They're already 580. Almost 600 yards now.
In this creek, I'm surprised they may get out and have to circle back.
It's amazing what technology can let us do.
Right. They're just running down the road. About where they're at now.
Usually depends.
It depends, really.
Terrain.
But at home, 700 to 800 yards. But then sometimes you can hear them for 2 miles.
How do you know when they're bait up if you're out of hearing range?
Bark indicator on here.
Yeah,
And they're stopped,
cool.
not moving.
yeah, that's a pretty good.
It'll have like a, see, it shows they're running. It's got a little dog here and it shows they're running. And then when they're bayed, it'll be like they're tree looking up a tree.
They show them on point.
Yeah.
You guys are very technology dependent when you got dogs that range that far.
And I don't know how I've hunted so many years without it.
We worked a lot harder.
Yeah, my dogs don't even range like
Did
that.
you
And
say somebody bought the puff?
I can't hunt without them
No,
now.
line point. Oh, the line point bought it.
Well, I can, but I sure frustrated. You're always wondering, what's going on? What's going on?
See, now they're already coming back from. Come on, Mama. What you doing?
We just got a good run in.
Good girl. Good girl. Yes, ma'am. Is a good one.
Come on, Jack.
Get in.
Hey, I'm pretty freaking proud of you.
Get in.
For sticking him. Come on, big dog. Come here. He's gigantic.
Here he comes.
Can we go get a pig now? I know you're always ready, baby girl.
They got the
Nice.
they got the edge knocked off on that one.
Yeah, they're ready.
It's nice. It's cool enough they could do all that and not be so hot.
Yeah, it's cooled off a lot.
Last night they barely ran, and well, I mean, not they barely ran, but I mean, it wasn't near that long, and they were just hot.
You put her in the car with you, she'll sit there and paw you till you pet her.
My mama did the same exact thing.
Is she really? She's likes love.
Good boy, come
What,
on.
baby girl?
They say
What,
yellow
you need me
dogs
to pet
don't
you?
like, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Come on, buddy.
She'll lay her head on your shoulder. She'll scratch you and scratch you,
Come on,
then she'll lay her
Rooster.
head on your shoulder.
Yeah, buddy.
Come on.
There he is.
So he's my house dog. This
Good
one.
boy.
He stays in the house with me.
Come here.
You run back across.
Chuck, the moment of truth, Chuck. I hope this bay doesn't break. Hopes those catch dogs catch, and hope your little piece of rock
sticks.
actually sticks. Sticks what it's supposed to stick. Let's say that. Getting the catch dogs. Catch dogs ready. Or catch up so you're up there. Sorry to be bossy. I don't want you to miss out. Make sure you're up front, Chuck.
We got them bait. Hope they stay. Hope they stay. Anything I should have my light off?
Okay. 80 yards.
Are we okay with spotlights or should I have them off? Okay. They're on it. Chuck, get up here, Chuck. Chuck, get up here, Chuck. Chuck, please. Chuck's got it. Chuck got it.
There's a mountain flow right there. That's all we're doing now. Give it a go. Got a messed up front leg. You died? Yep.
Yeah, he's a little gimpy.
Get out, Rooster. Hey. Yeah. Damn, that's weird. The elbow's right there. Oh boy.
Okay, so this is Chuck's little tool he used here to stick that hog. And tell us about it, Chuck. You're the pro. I don't know anything about this.
So this is just a little spear point made from Georgetown flint. It comes out of Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, just flint napped this. Did a haft onto a short stick. Didn't want to carry around a big stick, and we weren't going to be throwing darts in the dark, so just thought we'd try to stick the pig with it and see how well it penetrated. And it actually did surprisingly well. I was a little surprised. What's most interesting to me is how it snapped, because that's oftentimes how you'll find them, right? With the broken off right at the ears, and then sometimes a break here at the tip. So the fact that those ears snapped right across there after penetration, and that's just classic how you find them.
That's pretty cool. So you napped that out. What tools did you use to nap that out?
This one I napped with a bison horn and a moose antler. Trying to think if I use anything else, and a rock.
Cool.
Sandstone rock. Yep.
So I believe you said you got a video, YouTube channel that shows you napping and things. Is that right or no?
Yeah, I do. It's Chuck Learns Lithics. It's more or less just where I nap for the sake of napping.
So what's it called again? Chuck what?
Chuck Learns Lithics.
Chuck Learns Lithics. So we're going to have a link in the description below to Chuck's channel, and he will show you how to make a sweet little tool like this. Good job, Chuck. You did it.
Thank you. The dogs did it.
Well, yeah. you definitely true. That is 100% right.
You played a big part.
The dogs did it, but you poked it with your little stick there, and it worked just like the Indians and the people for thousands of years did.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said Indians. All kinds of people made those.
One of the guys here made the point. Guys they've been killing them with rocks longer than they have bullets. So
For sure.
they've probably been using dogs for that long too.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing about this manner of hunting, that pig was crippled. He had that, I should have showed that better on the camera, but he had a crippled leg. And, this way of hunting, just like it's been happening for thousands of years with wolves running down the crippled elk and the crippled deer, and over in Europe where these pigs are native, running down crippled boar and killing them. Just like that, these dogs are far more likely to bring up a sick or injured pig than they are a healthy one. And this, they are a pest here, and you want to control their numbers. But, you know, it just shows, in my opinion, why we should be hunting our native animals in such fashion instead of relying on modern tools. They should legalize, I'm going to put my pitch out there, we should legalize dog hunting deer and all of our native wildlife. That way you're cleaning up the weak instead of killing the strong, which is what we're required to do now. So
my new bulldog, or it's his bulldog actually, his first week in the woods he caught like 10 hogs.
His first hog in the woods, it was about
it weighed 260, 270. Well, anyway, the next weekend,
and he jumped it, no
Jack
problem.
and that cowboy went a mile and a half and were bait. So I walked in there and I'm in mud. It's a swamp marsh. Anyway, this hog was backed up against the creek, and probably from here to that tree line, edge of that tree, he's standing there, and I cut that bulldog loose. The hog seen him coming and made him halfway, and I ain't never seen a bulldog get hit that hard. Boom! That bulldog, he was trying to catch his breath, and the hog standing there, seen him right back. Well, the hog just bam, bam. Every time that bulldog get up there, the hog would hit him and knock him back. He hit him and knock him back. So anyway, I was sneaking up behind the hog. I said, well, I'm gonna have to do something because he's fixing to wear that bulldog out. Anyway, as soon as I almost touch his legs, he turns around and I just, he goes right in the creek. When he went in the creek, I had him. I jumped right on top of him, and I could stand up, and he couldn't.
So you just you had a paddle. Yeah.
I had my knife. I went, stuck him. I'm in water this deep. I stuck him against the bank. Well, here come the bulldog, and he can't swim. I had to, yeah. He went straight to the bottom. So I hold the hog with one hand. I reach down and grab the bulldog, and I throw him up on top of the hog. He's laying there, and then he throws up water, and he goes. He grabs the hog. He gets one breath of air. And he grabs the hog, and I'm like.
that's a good dog.
But
I bet Curry would make you a deal on that bulldog right now.
220 probably.
Now it makes me want to see what that pup's got.
Oh, he'll catch. His mouth is real big, and he bites them across the head right there, like over their ear.
Yeah.
He won't grab just the ear. He bites the whole head over their ear.
He'll learn. I mean, if he gets a hold and got a hard enough mouth to hold him, that's fine.
I don't like it though.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's like jaw catch.
He'll learn.
Like you'll break him off, get him where you just got the ear,
He'll
and
get a whole
he'll start going like creeping up and have the whole head every time.
What he needs is one of them big old hogs to whoop him.
Well, that's what they're fixing to get next week.